welcome to a very special episode
Very
of Jason
special.
Statham Facebook. Not just because it's our 10th episode, but because
shit,
we
yeah.
have yet another crazy exclusive that has been granted to us very graciously
crazy.
by our wonderful guest,
Yeah.
who this week is the one, the only, the unmistakable Basil.
Yeah. Say
Oh,
hello.
hey. Yeah.
Yeah, there he is.
Wow.
No, this
Live
is good.
and in stereo.
Woo.
Woo!
Woo.
Well, it's recorded, so it's not live, is it?
Woo!
No, it is live.
This is
You
live.
just have to be there in person to see it live.
Yeah, you're on.
This is filmed in front of a live studio audience.
Yeah, we actually recreated the iCarly studio from the
Yeah.
hit show iCarly, and that's where we record this.
Me and Yuri
Oh,
are in
the
the
iCarly studio from the hit
Yeah.
Nickelodeon television show iCarly. Yeah, no, I've heard of it.
No, yeah,
Yeah,
we're both there.
you know
we're calling you from there,
the
but we're
Yeah.
both there
Famous
in
audience.
front of a live studio audience.
you know the Mustang they have, like the Ford Mustang in the corner of the studio. That's actually where we sit to record this.
Yeah.
As we sit there.
Yeah. We have to be really
And,
careful because you don't want to honk the horn. Because that still works.
Yeah.
Well, so is it like a proper car then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We couldn't really afford to like saw it in half, so we put some like acoustic foam on the roof, and it serves as our recording studio.
Yeah, exactly right.
So could you hypothetically just like hit the accelerator and just fucking destroy the place?
No.
Yes.
Well, you could. I think it's like
Yeah,
a big task.
I mean, we got our cameraman, Nathan Kress,
Yeah.
to hide the key, so we can't actually drive
we want
it.
to, but we like,
we really would
if we
love
get our
to.
hands on that key. Oh my god.
Oh yeah,
We're
I
gonna
mean,
tear shit up.
I have asked twice now for Nathan to give us the key, but no avail. It's truly one of the great tragedies of running this show.
I know.
Is not
Fucking
being able to
Nathan.
drive the Mustang.
Honestly, I mean, it doesn't seem that difficult. You know, there's two of you, only one of him. You could just sort of,
Nah, he's
beat
a
him
big
up and
lad.
take it from him.
Well, nah, dude, he's union.
Yeah.
He's union.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I feel it
Exactly.
is.
Yeah.
Don't lend McCluskey, yelling your ear off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's actually union of mine workers because like they had lower rates for filmmakers.
Yeah.
And
But if someone
so
like McCluskey, then you got Arthur Scargill to deal with.
yeah, I mean, jeez, what a guy.
Yeah, no, we love
What
him.
What a man.
We wish he'd give us the Mustang keys, but we love him. Yeah.
Yeah, we you know what, Nathan should definitely guest on the pod one day when he isn't busy doing whatever Nathan Kress
Yeah,
does.
I don't know what he does
I don't
outside of
actually
the
know.
sort of filming and looking after
Filming
the keys.
us. Yeah,
It's kind of a mystery. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really weird also that after being on iCarly and then the hit show Game Shakers, he decided to join the National Union of Mine Workers
And
in a
film
different
us.
country.
Yeah.
And then come to Slough where this is filmed and
Yeah.
and film us. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
Well, I mean, working in Slough is the dream of just every man, isn't it? You know?
Oh, so
yeah.
true.
It's like
It's
one
the
of
capital of the world, really.
Honestly,
Yeah.
yeah. It's the cultural capital. Everything's going on in Slough.
Yeah.
Never get
Like
bored
that.
of it.
Yeah. Well, when we release these tapes, like they're going international. We're putting it on Mubi, which is like the
I thought we were putting it on Daily Motion.
we're putting it on there too. Just don't tell the movie guys because they'll tell
okay.
Arthur Scargill,
Right.
and then Arthur Scargill will actually use the keys
of
on our
course.
Mustang
I don't want that.
and then kill us with it.
Yeah.
Actually, even
Yeah, he
though
probably would.
I think Arthur Scargill is like however many years old now. I don't think he's actually legally allowed to drive.
Really? Yeah.
I don't.
Fair.
I mean, like, surely at that age you can't like
You'd
drive.
think so, wouldn't you? You'd
That's
think
because
so.
in a full living, isn't it?
like you know, I'm gonna be 100% real here and have a hot take because you know it's our 10th episode. I don't think that people over the age of like 90 should be able to drive, like
Damn,
unaccompanied.
okay. I mean, yeah, I kind of agree with you. Fuck old people, bro.
Oh no, we just lost the 90 and up driving demographic.
I thought you were gonna say I think people above
I just
90
crashed
like
the
watch our
podcast out.
podcast, but yeah.
To the 90-year-old viewers of this podcast, do you have any thoughts, feelings, opinions on this take? I would love to hear it, and I always keep an open mind.
Yeah, 90-year-olds, please get in touch.
Yeah, any
I mean, if they can figure out
90-year-olds.
how to use a computer, that is.
Why is
But
it
you've
like?
got to give him like an address they can send mail to.
We do. There's an
That's
address. There's an
true.
address.
Yeah, there's a billing address. We actually have for our,
There's a fax on the channel.
yeah. We have a Woolworths card that we use to pay for the podcast, and you can find the billing address there. If you look in our description, if our
No, it'll be there.
administrator Nathan Kress remembers to
Oh,
different
yeah.
Nathan Kress remembers to put
We
it
like
in the
hiring
description.
people called Nathan.
And that Nathan Kress ain't union, right? So you could just beat the shit out of him. He doesn't.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
we will.
Oh yeah.
And we do. Frequently. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean he's like actually chained up in the elevator from the iCarly set,
Yeah.
and we open it up
We
just so
sometimes
he
put
can
him
go
in the
to
live-
the
Yeah. We sometimes put him in
Yeah.
a live studio audience, but he's always like bound up and stuff.
yeah. It's like
The person with the signs, like the signs that say laugh, they hold up one and they point it
Yeah.
at like Nathan, and it says like Rive, you know, just to like struggle for a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's really gives Archie that just hit of adrenaline to
Honestly,
keep going.
yeah. Oh my god, I love it.
Yeah, it's but yeah, if you didn't know, I guess episode 10, I feel like we do have to mention the unsung heroes of our podcast.
Me.
And that really has got to go to Nathan Kress, Nathan Kress,
Uh-huh.
Nathan Kress,
Joe Biden.
Nathan Kress, and Dave Chappelle in our writers' room.
No. But I mean, anyway, old people get in touch. You don't have long
Yeah.
left, not because you're old,
Yeah.
but because Y3K is coming up.
Yeah, and also like and subscribe for
Yeah.
more episodes and bangers like this.
If you
Anyway,
enjoyed the past like 7 or 8 minutes of us talking about our set design, whoa, like and subscribe. You're gonna love this.
Smash that fucking like button, okay?
Oh, dude, bum the fuck out that like button.
Commit genocide on that ring, on that bell.
We do not endorse this statement officially.
Yeah, this is a statement from one of
Um,
our guests. We do not endorse this statement.
Yeah, this is a Sam Hyde, Anthony Fantano podcast guest situation.
Oh no.
Oh, that's a real
Oh,
callback
no.
for all the internet dwellers out there.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Even I know that.
Y3K. What
Why
is
not
it?
3K?
Yeah, exactly. Who is it? What is it? Why is it?
Mm.
And does it use it, or does it use they? Is it a she? Is it a he? Who knows? Rodeos. Anyway, we
Bars.
Y3K is totally real. Now
Obviously.
I want to
yeah.
get a disclaimer out of the way. I do realize that in the year 2000, some of the more older viewers may remember,
Mhm.
such as the 90-year-old bracket. Please again get in contact.
I think majority of our viewers are 90-year-old, to be honest.
Yeah, it's true.
So most of the
That's
views
why
come from-
that's why we took such a big hit in viewership, is because like half of them died.
Oh no. Dude.
I mean, you know, it's really a shame.
Oh.
We
Leave the 90-year-olds out of it.
Bro, I don't think they're listening anymore.
No.
We were meant to talk about Y3K.
We are. We're talking about Y3K.
Oh fuck. Anyway, Y3K. I do realize there's a lot of parallels to Y2K, and well, that
Deep.
may seem that may seem kind of problematic because obviously Y2K didn't happen, but the reason why we have Basil on is because Basil is like a guy who deals with computers.
Basil
And
survived
That's my actual
Y2K.
job title.
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
my actual job title. It's a guy who deals with computers.
yeah, and you know, he is very intelligent about computers.
Yeah.
I
Wouldn't go
mean,
that far.
I, to be honest, don't know a thing about computers, like at all. I didn't
Yeah,
realize
I don't
computers
know how to turn a
existed.
computer off.
Yeah,
I just
it's
leave mine
again,
running all the
it's
time.
all Nathan doing the technology stuff.
It really
All
is.
Nathan.
Nathan 2
Yeah.
as well, not Nathan 1.
Nathan too.
Nathan 1 is hopeless at technology.
Oh jeez,
Oh
yeah.
my
Just
god.
holding that camera, all he
He's
can
nearly
do.
90 now, you know?
Yeah, it's crazy how long he's been working for it. Um. Anyway, we wanted to ask you, Basil,
Right.
what is Y3K and how does it work?
Yeah.
So famously, Y2K, right, was like a slew of people scared about glitches in computer bugs because the date was going to change to January 1st, 2000, right? And,
Yeah, yeah.
although the date computers only use the last two numbers of the year, and so there's no difference between 2000 and 1990 and 1990, 1900
Yeah.
and 1900. And so everyone was like freaking out because, like, oh, what if we just go back in time all of a sudden and it's,
Oh
it's
my god.
it's 1900,
That's
right?
terrible. I can't believe we're going to have to deal with that
Yeah.
again in Y3K.
Yeah, it's terrifying. Right. Now, of course, Bill Clinton was on the job, right? So he made
Oh,
sure,
The big man.
yeah, he made sure that Y2K didn't happen, right?
yeah, yeah.
But Bill Clinton, he ain't president anymore, right? We've got Joe Biden now, and
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
he seems to fit that. And no, again, no offense to the 90-year-old viewers, but he seems to fit that demographic a bit more. I don't know how
Yeah, yeah,
into the
definitely.
computers he is. So,
No, I didn't know.
Yeah. I
there's
mean,
some reason to worry there.
we
Yeah, I
get
can
can
see
we
that.
Nathan 3, can you pull up an image of Joe Biden using a laptop? Can we get that?
I don't know if Nathan's on this one.
Oh no way. No, Nathan 3, our technical assistant.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if he called in sick to work today.
Oh, did he? Ah.
He might.
And
He
and
might be
Nathan
Reason
here.
why.
Nathan 4's giving birth, so we can't call on them either. So, oh god, what a mess. But yeah, please
Let's
continue.
see. Let's see. Joe Biden might be around. I'll text him. We'll get a selfie from him.
Yeah, we'll call some connections.
Um.
Anyway,
Yes. Yeah, no, the big problem with that is that, of course, computers use the Unix epoch to tell time.
Oh, one
right?
sec. Sorry, I'm getting
Yeah.
a call from Joe Biden. Yep. Okay, he sent me a selfie.
Oh,
oh,
brilliant.
There it is.
nice.
Our viewers should be able to
Oh,
see
that's
that
a cute
now.
angle.
I know,
That's a
right?
cute angle.
Quite dazzling in that light, honestly.
Wait, is he still on the phone? Can you ask him? Can you ask him about Y3K?
Oh, he just hung up. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Just missed
Oh,
him.
damn.
I'll take his selfie off now.
Yeah.
Shame.
But yeah, that's Joe Biden. That's what he's like, isn't it?
Yeah, just
Never
quick
there.
question before we continue. These like unique numbers, are they named after the term for people who have been castrated? Most famously used for people who worked in the Forbidden City for the Chinese Emperor during the Chinese Imperial period.
Yes. So famously, in order to become a computer scientist, you have to have your balls cut off.
Ah, right. Yeah, that adds up.
Yeah.
Is that why so many more women are entering the field because there's no such requirement?
Exactly. People have been talking about potentially having to have your breasts
Cisgender
cut
women,
off. Yeah.
clarify.
Yeah.
Cisgender women.
If people have been talking about like maybe having a requirement to cut your breasts off. So it's a debate as to whether or not that'll go through.
What's your
But
Yeah.
stance?
for the moment, yeah, cisgender
I'm
women are
personally
exempt from having to cut their balls off.
Yeah, I mean, I'm personally against the measure of cutting your balls off because I do feel like it is a bit extreme and a bit
Do you think
old-fashioned.
it's time for a revolution in the computing world, Basil? With more balls.
With more goals. Well, if you because they just sort of weigh you down, don't they? Whilst you're working.
True. So true.
Yeah.
It's a real weight on your
Yeah.
existence.
All of us at home with massive nuts will know.
Uh,
Yeah,
shout
it
out
actually
to
does a lot
all
of
my
damage to your lower back.
yeah, dude. Shout out to all the ball having viewers of our of our podcast.
Look, anyone listening who is thinking about maybe becoming a computer scientist, right? Okay, I was hesitant about doing it as well. I didn't want to cut my balls off, but then I lost them in an industrial accident. So it just became,
Yeah.
all right. Well, if I don't have them anymore, I might as well,
Yeah,
right?
fair enough.
So yeah,
Valid.
my recommendation to you is work for a couple of years at an Aldi warehouse, and it'll happen. It'll happen.
Life
Yeah, I
finds a
mean those
way,
guys
huh?
aren't union. Those guys aren't union.
Hmm.
It's awful. So yeah, the castration numbers. What like? So does that mean that we have like an H.G. Wells time machine thing where if you own a Macintosh or something, it will just like suck you back into 1900, and then I assume you do like a Call of Duty thing where you go through all the major events.
I've never played Call of
Yeah,
Duty.
so that's actually a common misconception. It's not that you'd go back in time. It's that, well, the Earth, the sun, all the dead people, they have to like know the time, right? So like, so Joseph Stalin checks his watch and he's like, oh, okay, it's the 13th of January 2022. I'm dead, so I'm not gonna wake up, right? So the problem is all the people check the time, and it's the 21st century. Everyone's got computers and stuff, so
Yeah,
check the time, and I was, oh, it's 1900. Right, and if it's 1900, then they all get up and start acting about as if it's 1900,
of
right?
course.
Ah,
Yeah,
Yeah, no, that
we're
makes
back.
perfect sense.
that's wow.
That's quite dangerous.
It
I
is quite dangerous.
You know, if you wonder what society is like in, the year 3000, I guess.
yeah.
That's
think
what
we
is
went
happening, isn't it? 3000.
That's actually that's actually what happened in Cambodia. That's how Pol Pot won the civil war, right? Was so a lot of people don't know this. In 1975, there was another sort of miniature Y2K that only affected a particular kind of computer system that was that had a 12-bit that stored time in 12 bits. Right. So in 1975, those computers got they had an integer overflow, and it went from 1975 back down to 1970, right? And of course,
Wow.
the Cambodian Civil War, right? The Kingdom of Cambodia was overthrown in a military coup in 1970 and became the Cambodian Republic. And because it was 1970 again, the Cambodian Republic didn't exist yet, but also the Kingdom of Cambodia just sort of, I guess they hadn't switched clock sets, so they still thought it was 1975. And so the Kingdom of Cambodia didn't come back, but then the Republic of Cambodia stopped existing, and that's how Pol Pot won the Civil War.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
Whoa.
interesting. I didn't know that.
I have another detail that actually adds on to this. Is this why when in 20 I think it was 13? I'm not sure. Was this why in 2013 when I took my friend's iPhone 4 and then set the date to the 1st of January 1970, it bricked? Is that why?
Yeah, it's because the phone was all right. It's 1970, and it looked up. Oh wait a minute, iPhones don't exist yet, and it just had to stop working.
That
Yeah.
makes sense. That makes sense.
Mm.
All right. That's one that's been brain busting me for a very long time, and it's good to finally have clarity on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Clarity is it's important. It can be sometimes a bit difficult. What with we keep adding things to see. It's it gets confusing sometimes.
I can imagine it does.
Any new additions that could possibly curb Y2K? Oh, sorry, Y3K.
Right. Okay. So there are a couple different theories, right, about
Okay.
how we can sort of address
Just
this
theories right
Y3K
now,
problem.
or
Right? Yeah. At
like
the
how
moment,
concrete
they're
are
just
these?
theories. So that there are a couple, people are starting to come up with ideas, right? So thinking, okay, if we switch from a 32-bit system of measuring the Unix epoch to a 64-bit system, right? Then we'll
Oh,
have a lot more time, right, before the Unix epoch, or
Yeah.
the apocalypse, as sometimes it's called, the Y3K, as we're calling it here, right?
the overflow.
The overflow, yeah, the
Yeah.
overflow. Because the numbers are just they're teeming. The integers they want to get out of there, they're
Yeah,
overflowing.
they're just busting. Like when
Busted
it.
in seams.
Oh, yeah, it's just you just ate some bad sushi and of time, and it's all gonna come out.
Yeah, it's
Whoa,
gotta. What goes up must come down.
true.
True.
Now, of course, the problem with that is uh, all governments in the world use computers that well, the very old computers, right? They've got to keep the old computers working because, again, like it's a contingency plan just in case someone sets the system clock backwards a couple of years and all the computers are out of date and like, oh wait, they check themselves and oh wait, I'm not supposed to exist. So I have a number of really old computers just sort
Ah,
of
okay. So they
in
have something
backup,
to rely
just
on.
in case that
Yeah.
happens. Yeah, rely on.
I use a typewriter personally.
Yeah, that's an
Ah.
excellent idea, right? Because typewriters aren't connected to the internet,
I mean, isn't
right?
that those old computers
And
also where
so
they keep the like brains of like in America like George Washington and stuff, right? Like on those
Yeah.
computers.
yeah, so yeah, it's like Walt Disney, all the people who've been cryogenically frozen have just had their brains uploaded to the CIA's
Yeah.
mainframe.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Can't believe
Alan
Walt
Alan
Disney's been
Turing is
frozen.
actually one of them. But Alan Turing, so a lot of people think that Alan Turing died because of the chemical castration that, and just the general torture of the British prison system. It's not true. He was actually assassinated
Oh.
he was assassinated by MI6 for telling. So he had a theory of that would completely avoid this Unix epoch problem, and it was essentially just give computers infinite space, right? Let's just give them infinite space. Why have
Yeah,
they got
right.
why's memory got to be limited,
Why don't
right?
we do that?
Um, yeah. The problem with that was Ernst Beving was like, that's fucking communism, right?
Ah, of course.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense.
What? So then they
yeah.
shut
So they
him
had to,
down. Yeah.
they shut him down.
Damn.
They went after him. But
Lenin,
they've yeah.
yeah, I mean, Lenin famously said that free RAM download was the main gateway to
Yeah. That's
to
one of the
communism.
famous quotes, isn't it? The people
Yeah,
should have access to unlimited free RAM.
yeah, and
Yeah.
he's actually the person behind those websites that let you download free RAM.
When Lenin
So,
was, standing in front of people and he put his phone into gaming mode and like started speaking, that was one of the first things he addressed.
he actually went into outside of the station in Petrograd when he arrived back just before the October Revolution and just threw out free Corsair RGB RAM
Yeah.
into the crowd.
That he downloaded earlier that week.
Yeah, that he printed out after downloading it. He actually gave them QR codes that had the free RAM on it.
Damn. That really shows the importance of the printing press, doesn't it? Do you remember before
Yeah,
that when monks used to spend hours writing out new bits of RAM?
yeah, yeah.
It was crazy.
It's really a wild piece of history.
Yeah.
The two things that were mainly used, the were mainly used like to be created by the printing press was free RAM, and obviously pornography.
Yeah, yeah. The
And
Protestant stuff, that was like a side effect, you know? The
yeah, and
person
then like
inventing it was like, yeah, RAM and porn.
And then like later on, actually, a couple years on, while the Protestant stuff was a front, later on they actually added like free Adobe programs to that list, and that's what the printing press was also used for.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's
There's
pretty
like
crazy,
QR
right?
codes, right, that you should definitely just scan and not even check.
Oh yeah, dude. Just remember, check your sources because
Yeah.
you'll want to go to free downloadable ram dot sov dot gov dot com. But it may not work because the Soviet Union kind of doesn't exist anymore. But I think that server's still.
That's what they
No,
want me
it's
to
all right.
do.
If the Soviet Union doesn't exist anymore, you can just set your system clock to before 1990, and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Damn.
Don't
Is that a
set it.
benefit of something like
Yeah.
Y3K? Could we
Yeah.
possibly?
Yeah,
Get the
yeah,
Soviet Union back.
yeah. Well,
Well, I mean,
of
just
course, the British Empire will be significantly bigger, right? Because 90 down.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
it'll,
But
we'll be
like,
back to the air days, the peak of our strength as a country.
yeah. I mean, I can't relate. I want the Soviet Union back, personally.
Do you?
But yeah. I think that Y3K can be utilized as a good thing, and that's why actually I world leaders are, because I know we touched on our good friend Joseph Robinette Biden, but I was actually at a dinner party with Hunter Biden,
Oh,
uh,
what was that like?
who's a good
It's a
friend
story for another
of
time, I'm sure. Yeah.
yeah, I mean he's a good friend of Nathan Kress Four,
Oh, okay.
our screenwriter,
Yeah, that fits.
um, and because they're a bunch of wild guys,
They're crazy
and
characters.
yeah, and he said that Emmanuel Macron and Justin Trudeau have decided on a no attention strategy to Y3K
Ah.
because they,
French.
Trudeau obviously being a Quebecer and Macron being French, they are conspiring
Quebec.
to make Canada fully Quebec by going back to
Oh, damn.
the 18th and 17th centuries
Yeah.
and just expanding the North American
And I
colonization.
guess blocking the Hudson Bay Company and all that.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Just like fully blocking it like where like those videos where that guy does like fuck me eyes at a woman at a bar, and then his friend like vortexes his beer, and then he like embarrasses himself, and then gives like the goofiest smile, and then the video ends.
No,
Like that's
actually,
the
I
kind of
don't
shit
know
they're
that one.
pulling.
I haven't seen that
Oh,
one. I'm sorry. I don't think I have.
I've been watching it religiously for like the past 2 days.
Wow. I respect
His
the
eye,
dedication.
it's something about his eyes. Just
Maybe you can send it to me later. I don't know.
oh,
I have to check that one out.
it definitely. I will send this to you. I, j- I have two phones, and one of the phones is just perpetually playing it,
Oh wow.
like on mute.
Yeah.
Uh, Slow down reverb.
Slow
Uh,
and reverb, yeah.
yeah. Um. So yeah. In terms of like the actual effects, obviously we've seen that there's things with time. There's things
Mm-hmm.
with reality even.
Of course.
Uh,
Yeah.
Basil, is there any philosophical
Yeah, what's
aspects
the
to
moral
Y3K?
the
I know
moral
this is kind of
angle of
our field, but I wanted
Y3K?
to know if you had
Yeah.
any interesting take uh as a computer science person who I believe has dabbled in philosophy. I heard somewhere,
Are
maybe somebody
morals
else.
allowed in computer science?
Yeah.
Uh, so it's actually that's an ongoing debate actually.
Oh, is it?
I won't brought to it now just because I don't want to get my colleagues angry at me.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
that's
So
fair.
yeah, of course, yeah. But yeah, no, it absolutely has many philosophical implications, especially with regards to historical materialism, right? Because if time's going backwards all of a sudden, and things have gone backwards, but like have the productive forces changed?
Oh, of course.
What's the revolutionary class of this new society? And it's just
Mm,
those questions we just don't have an answer to them yet. So it's
Wow.
the philosophers are gonna have to working some overtime, I'm afraid.
yeah, definitely. And I think actually that's a good note to end on, because this allows our viewers, um, if
Yeah,
they're able to really think about the effects of this and really judge it for what it is.
honestly, yeah.
I
And
think
maybe
we can
prepare a bit.
actually
Make some
kind
backups.
of wrap up here.
Back up your
I
phone
just want to
now.
say thank you for listening. Please like and subscribe. Remember, spread this to your friends,
Spread this.
family, local government officials,
Yeah.
uh, and just generally get the word out.
Yeah.
Thank you for
But
listening.
yeah, but don't commit genocide on the
Don't
bell
do
end.
Don't don't do that. We do not endorse that.
that.
That was a slip up.
Ooh.
Um,
Yeah.
and a huge thank you to all the crew that has helped us throughout.
And a huge thank you to our
Our
guest.
wonderful,
Yeah. Dr.
yeah.
Dr. Basil.
Dr. Basil, PhD,
Yeah.
Mac Hacky from the previous
Why are we
episodes,
why are we thanking
informant.
Mac?
Because Mac
You
was
just
our
felt
first
like it.
guest.
Fair.
Yeah,
Yeah,
why should we not? Why should we not thank him?
Okay. Yeah. No.
I
No. Good
feel
point. Good
like
point.
you know what? It's our 10th episode. We
We just
said
thanking.
if we made
Is we
it
thanking
10,
everyone? Is it a big thank you?
yeah, we want to thank our regular viewers. We want to thank anybody
I want
who
to thank
ever
my
contributed. We
mom.
want to,
I want to thank.
yeah.
Actually, yeah. No, I do.
I mean,
I love you, mum.
yeah. You did say she was kind of a clout chaser after after
Wait,
our first
back
episode
off
went
my
a bit
mum.
viral.
That's rude. Leave my mum out of it.
We want to thank our viewers of all ages, including 90 and up. We want to thank
Especially the 19 up.
Especially 90. Yeah.
we want to thank the Biden family, the U.S. Marine Corps, and most of all, the Derbyshire County Council. Thank
And few
you
of you listening right
all,
now, I want to thank
including
you
our
the
technical
most.
assistants, for 10
Yeah.
wonderful episodes. And here's to 10 episodes more. Thanks for listening.
Just 10.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see. You know, we get
We'll
there.
see. I don't know.
There might be a Y2K incident regarding this podcast. We don't know though.
Yeah.
We're not prepared.
We'll definitely have you back on and like. All right.
Yeah.
See you
But
later.
anyway, yeah. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye.